Wilbur Sargunaraj. In April 2014, I embarked on the journey to the beautiful country of Zambia, funded by my dear friend from Scotland, Dr. Christie. This trip was an opportunity to meet some amazing first-class simple superstars. The first stop was to make a video on how to make peace, a super call solution that I filmed with a former UNHCR peace facilitator and founder of the peace clubs, Mr. Isa Yambambolo. I received an amazing welcome from a shopkeeper, Mr. Felix, who draped the Zambian flag over me.
Ubuntu. Thank you so much.
I spent even a morning with the kids at the Chikombozo orphanage and the women's center, where they taught me how to do some local Zambian dance moves, and I in turn taught them some Dappanguthu, a local Tamil folk dance. The ladies at the center showed me how they empowered some of the men and women in the community at the center by giving them first-class skills.
So in like Lungi, we actually do like this and then we do
Yes. On this trip, I began to see how beautiful and fulfilling it is when you live not selfishly for oneself but for the other. I decided to capture this other-centredness in a practical way when my friend suggested I make a video at the World Heritage Site, Victoria Falls, otherwise known as maso-ao-tunya. During the 6-hour drive from Lusaka to the Livingstone, I found out that Mr. Richard, my driver, who lived in Zambia all his life, had never seen or been to the waterfalls. Just before we pulled up to the falls, I thought to myself, instead of making a field trip video like I do always by myself, what if I featured Mr. Richard, a common person? What if I could capture and see the Victoria Falls through his eyes? There was a thick mist that enveloped the area as we walked towards the waterfalls. I quickly took my camera and started to film Mr. Richard. Of course, seeing the impressive power of the maso-ao-tunya was very first class, but more than that, I was enjoying seeing Mr. Richard take this all in for the first time. I started to think of how many people exist around the world who cannot afford to step out of their own towns and visit famous international heritage sites in their own country. All the while people come and go from afar to check things off their bucket list that they have made. They also take for granted that many people around the world don't have this luxury. I was reminded once again of a phrase that one of my mentors and heroes, Mr. Bruxy Kevi, used: travel with the purpose. Not just to be a tourist, but to engage with the other and to learn from them. Both Mr. Richard and I stopped at the top of the waterfalls and we made the following super call solution together.
Wilbur Sargunaraj பேசுறேன். Hello, greetings everybody. This is Wilbur Sargunaraj. Mulipuanji. This is Mr. Richard. We are here at the maso-ao-tunya. Tunya, maso-ao-tunya. This is the Victoria Falls. What is very amazing is that this is the first time that Mr. Richard, he is a Zambian, who is the first time he's seen this waterfall.
Yeah, it's my first time. Yeah, it's my first time to see this Victoria Falls. I've never been here before.
He's never been here before.
Yeah.
So it is beautiful for me to see the Victoria Falls through the eyes of Mr. Richard.
Yes, and me also, I'm very proud to see this Victoria Falls and meet my brother who brought me here.
This is so very fantastic and first class. So, a little bit about the Victoria Falls. It is 360 feet tall and around 5,500 feet wide, and also 3,000 meters cube per second. All the water pouring down in the waterfall. இது நம்ம தென்காசி பக்கம் குற்றாலம் இருக்கு, அந்த குற்றாலம் மாதிரி இல்லை. It is, I am just saying, it is not like Kutralam near Tengasi, that is also a waterfall. This is a very gigantic waterfall.
Yeah,
Very first class. So, it is very wonderful to be here. Do you have anything else to say here, sir?
Yeah, I'm very happy to come here to see and down. It's amazing.
The water is running up and down. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Very, very first class. This is Livingstone, close to the town, and Mr. David Livingstone.
David Livingstone, yeah.
Scottish person, no?
Yeah.
He is an explorer, and he has kind of seen these falls, and he's a very, very first-class citizen. Also trying to abolish the slavery. So he's a very, very first-class citizen, and this is a wonderful place. This is the Victoria Falls. Romanandi, how do you say thank you in Zambian?
Terminology.
Sikombo Kwamberi.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Sikombo Kwamberi, thank you very much for watching this program. This is Wilbur Sargunaraj from maso-ao-tunya. Sikombo, very, very good. Be careful of the waterfall and protect the environment. Treat the water and the waterfall with the respect and the nature. Like Ubuntu.
Yeah, Ubuntu.
Nature and
Ubuntu.
Nature Ubuntu. Harmony together. Take care of the environment. Sikombo. Thank you. Sikombo. Very good.
Yeah, one day I'll bring my family here.
As I watched Mr. Richard enjoy the beauty of the falls, I realized how beautiful it was to see something through the eyes of the other. We are living in a crazy era of selfies, selfishness, narcissism, and celebrating self. We see this in so many ways. Look at what I did. Look at where I've been. Look at what I have done. Look at me. We should be building bridges that allow us to live a life that brings people together in the community, and other-centredness, putting others' needs ahead of our own and being interested not only in our lives but being interested in the lives of others. All of this inspired me to create a new word, OTHERFIE.
Terminology.
The word selfie became the word of the year in 2013. The OTHERFIE may never get to be word of the year, but it is my hope that we will live in a humble way to celebrate others, to know that we are all simple superstars, and that when we live for others, we truly live life.
Wilbur Sargunaraj.